Breaking news out of Wahpeton this Tuesday morning.
That's where we find the Valley Today's Nishay Taylor live with what we know about this deadly situation so far. Good morning, Nishay.
Good morning, Ashlyn, Jordan. So far, after taking a look on social media, it appears that the town is pretty much shaken up by what happened here. Just to backtrack on a little of those details, police got a call around 7:15 last night about a shots fired call. Now, when they got here, they found a man outside of a vehicle who had appeared to be shot and injured. According to police, they say they are still looking for a suspect, but the incident appears to have happened just down the block right behind me here at the intersection of 11th Street North and Loy Avenue. I took a ride by and I happened to see what appears to be a bullet hole inside the wall of a garage in one of the homes down there on that street. Now, this whole incident transpired near several schools in the area. It also caused lockdowns of local schools as well, including NDSCS and the Circle of Nations schools. But it also happened near the Wahpeton High School and middle as well as elementary. Now, as I mentioned, the shooting appeared to be down the street right there by Loy Avenue, and right behind Loy Avenue there is the middle and elementary school. So there's a lot of educational institutions that were around this area where this incident happened. So for sure, folks are pretty much concerned about what's happening. Now, police are asking for people to check their security cameras in the area of 11th Street North and Loy Avenue to check out for clues or anything suspicious. They are asking you, if you find anything, to send it into Wahpeton Police. Now, we will continue to follow the latest on this incident here in Wahpeton. Reporting live, Nishay Taylor, Valley News Live.
Yeah, great call to action on those security camera footages. You never really know what you're going to find that could help in the investigation. So thank you for your continuing coverage this morning, Nishay, and we will, of course, stick with this story throughout the morning and today on Valley News Live.
Another major story today, our weather. It's a first alert weather day. Cass County under a travel alert. Tracking it all, Lisa Green. Morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, it's slick out there. We've got additional snow coming down on top of what we saw yesterday. So some places kind of doubling down here on tough road conditions. The good news is this will be tapering off as the day goes on. Here's a look at the latest radar. Northern Valley is quieter as far as additional accumulating snow. Southern Valley is more the area where we're seeing additional snowfall happening right now. So it's basically Fargo-Moorhead Point south, especially closer to that South Dakota line. And with that north wind moving in, this will gradually be drifting south as it eases up slowly through the morning hours. So right now and for the next few hours, we're looking at a tough commute for a lot of folks. And even after the snow ends, the wind is still brisk. So that's kind of blowing around that fresh snow as well. So here's a look in Fargo. If you look closely, you can see some snow, kind of a few flakes blowing around, illuminated in the lights there on the south end of town. We're looking at temperatures that are much colder with that north wind. In Fargo-Moorhead, around 16 degrees. We're looking at a wind chill of 0. Grand Forks, it feels like 3 below. It's 14 though is your actual temperature in Grand Forks. And in Devil's Lake, it feels like 5 below with a temperature of 10. Bemidji, we've been talking about our Eastern Valley viewers really kind of lucking out today and getting to hold on to that milder air. We're at 28 degrees in Bemidji right now. So out at the bus stop here this morning, kids will need to bundle up yet again, that heavier parka, the hat and gloves, because temperatures, yes, they are close to average for this time of year, but they're a lot colder than we've been used to the last couple of days, and we've got to factor in that wind. It feels closer to 0 or even below that. So a little bit of snow this morning out at the bus stop. This afternoon, temperatures will be kind of holding steady. The wind does start to ease up gradually this afternoon with temperatures into the teens. Tomorrow, more teens on the way, and then we start to warm up a little bit here heading toward the weekend. Couple of shots for snow. We get a glancing shot of snow Wednesday night into Thursday, and then a clipper this weekend. But overall, kind of holding steady here with temperatures that are mild for this time of year. And today's kind of our big day of concern when it comes to the snow and the wind affecting that morning drive.
Yeah, 2 schools already now starting 2 hours late. So districts kind of heeding the warning here and saying take it slow out there.
I think that's a great idea in those areas that have picked up several inches of snow. Our latest reports have come in up to about 4 inches of snow, but that was last night. So I have a feeling we're going to get some higher numbers from this in those areas that have had a couple of rounds.
Okay, we'll keep updated. Lisa, thank you. 6 people are injured, 2 seriously after a driver rear-ended an ambulance that was at a crash scene in the Northern Valley. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says 89-year-old Leonard Klein of Langdon, North Dakota, crashed into an ambulance yesterday morning along Highway 1 near Edmore.
He was seriously injured, as was 32-year-old Taylor Trentvet of Edmore, an ambulance crew member who was treating a patient who was involved in a rollover. 3 other crew members and the original patient all are suffering from minor injuries. We have some disturbing video to show you this morning out of Indiana, where a man is now charged with child neglect after his young son, still in diapers, got a hold of a handgun and walked into an apartment hallway with it. You see that video there on your screen. It happened Saturday and was caught on someone else's home security camera.
Yeah, it's hard to watch. You'll see the child playing with the gun, waving it and pointing it as he wanders alone in that hallway. Police recovered that 9mm handgun, which thankfully was not loaded. The dad was arrested and the child was then returned to his mother. Neighbors stepped up to help after a fire in an at-home daycare in Fergus Falls. The daycare owner says they worked quickly to get the kids away from the flames and smoke, and they were thankfully able to get everyone out safely.
Rather than having the kids wait outside in the cold, the neighbors opened their doors to take everyone in until their parents were able to pick them up safely.
It's a terrible thing, terrible accidents, stuff like that happens, but if we can help in any way whatsoever, we're going to. You try and support your neighbors as much as you can possible. Sometimes it's just a couch downstairs where the kids aren't in the cold. That's about all we can do.
The homeowner says he was working on an engine in the garage when he spilled gas, which was then ignited by a propane heater. He suffered minor burns. A 26-year-old Wisconsin man was airlifted to a Twin Cities hospital after crashing during a snowmobile race near Brainerd. He was a participant in Sunday's Nisswa 100 snowmobile race event near the town of Lakeshore, Minnesota. That man is now being treated for serious injuries.
A 40-year-old woman is facing DUI charges after crashing her car in North Fargo. A picture of that scene there on your screen. It happened on I-29 near 19th Avenue yesterday afternoon. Police say she lost control, entered the median, and rolled her car there onto its roof. 40-year-old Esperanza Mata was not hurt. Police say she was under the influence of drugs at the time of the crash. There's a teacher crunch in North Dakota, and a bill on its way to help gets its first reading at the State Senate Education Committee today.
That bill includes $3 million for a new loan forgiveness initiative, which would offer between $10,000 and $20,000 for teachers who qualify. A separate measure would provide another $3 million for grants to North Dakota colleges to help train paraprofessionals to become certified teachers. And North Dakota lawmakers are introducing legislation that would rework the state's abortion laws. Right now, doctors need to provide what's called an affirmative defense when they perform an abortion in the case of rape or incest.
The bill lawmakers are talking about would place that burden on the state and would allow doctors to treat ectopic pregnancies, which can be dangerous and require medication or even surgery to terminate. The current law is unclear on that scenario. There may be lower prescription drug prices on the horizon in North Dakota. A bill is being introduced to launch a pilot program to study costly prescription medications.
If passed, the insurance commissioner would be required to identify the 25 most expensive prescription drugs and then match their costs to what they go for in Canada. Those opposed to the bill say that it would limit access to certain drugs for North Dakotans if the manufacturer refused to lower their prices.
Well, it may be chilly outside, but Frostival is heating up with activities during the first week of the winter celebration. On Friday, there's a senior luncheon at the Rusted Rec Center in West Fargo. Plus, a Careers and Beers Taproom Beach Party. I know we're all feeling tropical. That's at the Swing Barrel Brewing in Moorhead.
Now, this weekend, there are 10-minute plays that are being put on at the Yum-Cum Center. An Ice Bowl disc golf tournament at Woodlawn Park in Fargo. There's also a winter birding festival at Forest River Park. This one's a favorite, cardboard sled races at Mickelson Hill. Yeah, it's what it is. You take a cardboard box and try to make a sled out of it. And there's also a horseshoe tournament at Davie Park. And then to warm up, you have a chili cook-off with your good friends at the Moorhead American Legion. You can check out those details at Frostival.com. Of course, we'll have the very latest for you on the VNL News app as well.
So we're entering the sledding contest, huh?
I guess. Yeah, I wasn't going to sign myself up for that, but you can.
I'll be taping our boxes together and see what we can find outside.
I don't think the cardboard can take my weight, but we'll see.
Oh, whatever. We're entering. Just kidding.
Okay.
We're not. Don't worry.
Have a
All
great
right.
day, everybody.
Take care, everybody.